Hi there, my name is Laura Rafferty, and I'm an illustrator who loves to color, draw, paint, and do all kinds of artsy stuff. Today we're going to be covering a copper metal gear tutorial. This is extracted from a live stream here on my channel. I also have available the color notes on my website, or you can grab the PDF on my Etsy shop if you'd like to color along on this exact page. All the links are in the description below. We're going to start off first with 945, and we're going to use a top-down lighting situation. This will create an X on our gear. So we're going to color in the triangles on either side with the dark color. You can blend a little bit into the top and the bottom, but for the most part we are using a triangular shape going from the small of the center of the gear out larger towards the very outside in order to create a very shiny look. This is just from observation. I've noticed gears look like this, but you can go ahead and grab a reference and check it out for yourself as well. So here I'm just using lots of layers. I do this a lot in all of my coloring, it seems. I just layer and layer and layer. Right now, I am filling in the dark area behind the gear. Filling in the background will help give it context and also contrast. So the trick with metal is contrast. Contrast is king. You're going to hear me say that, not just this time in the video. So anyway, we are filling in that background area and giving it some darkness. And now I want to switch over to 943 Burnt Ochre. And this is a great color for warming it up and making it feel more coppery colored. Now this is a shiny copper color. We're not doing a patina yet. So this shiny color is more like a penny. So I am going to lightly layer more and more pigment on the page until we get more color saturation. I'm also going slightly into the lighter areas, but not very far. I'm still retaining a lot of white on the paper. Here you see I'm just adding some drop shadow right under that little that little nut in the center there. Uh, so anyway, we are adding more and more layers of this color until it starts to get covered. That you can see the paper is no longer as visible. The valleys of the paper are getting covered and settled in with that pigment. So I am just about ready to switch colors at this point. You can see here I am just sort of fussing a little bit. But yeah, let's go ahead and switch color. We're going to move on to 1092 Nectar. This is a great color for copper because it's warm and peachy and it just brings out that burnt sienna beautifully, or the burnt ochre beautifully. So here you can see I am layering over the entire triangular area for our shadows. I'm not burnishing hard. I'm more just working more of that pigment into the paper and blending it together. The reason I'm doing this is I'm trying to create a really nice rich mid-tone for this gear. We are working a little bit more into the lighter areas of the paper, but again retaining that white of the paper because contrast is king, guys. We want to save that contrast. Oh, so I've switched to a further out view, not as close up, because we had a intermission in the live stream, unfortunately. So what that means is basically my cat interrupted the video. I have it pulled out, but I will zoom back in at some point. I do this because if she wants to get back on the desk and bump the camera with her little face, then at least you guys won't get as seasick when she does that. Switching over to 927 Light Peach, and we are going to work even more into the lights of the gear here, just adding more and more layers until this really feels rich and blended together. Another key about metal is it needs to be shiny, and to get that shiny look you really want to burnish and blend. You could layer and layer and layer as well. That's another approach, but I find that Prismas blend so well this way. As long as you have enough pigment on the paper, you're golden for for blending it together this way. So I'm still retaining some of the white of the paper, but now I'm moving into that lighter area. What I want to do is I want to give this light peach sort of a nice blend all the way to the white of the paper. Now I am switching over. We're going to start working in the darks now. 943 is the color I'm going to pick, and we're going to work in that dark shadow triangular area, but still retaining the midtones that we created previously. So what I'm doing is I'm restricting my color laydown to just that very center area of the triangle. And what's great about this is you can see it's starting to really give a pop of contrast. It's warming up that copper color and making it feel more metallic. Again, contrast, 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 guys. So once I get this layer down, I think I'm going to move actually into a even darker color, but you can see I am just blending and making sure that this really feels like it's got enough pigment and brightness on the paper. I'm also going to really quickly lay down a little bit more context for the background of this gear. You'll see in the live stream I actually do a whole lot more work to the background, but for the sake of this video and for time, I'm just going to skip that since it's not our main focus of this tutorial. And so anyway, I think that's good enough. We're going to switch over to the very darkest color here again. So it is 945 Sienna Brown. And this is our rich dark color that we started off with. Now I'm just going to restrict this area to just the very center of that triangle. And you can see it's just laying down a nice rich dark color and really making that contrast pop. This is what's going to make our gears feel super metallic. I love this part of the gear. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm just going to fuss around a little bit more, but that's pretty much all you need to know for how to create a copper gear with Prismacolor color pencils. So I hope that this was useful. I hope that you guys like this kind of tutorial. If you do, please don't forget to put a like, because I think if I get 100 likes, I know that's a lot, but if I get 100 likes on this video, I think I will do more tutorials just like this where I cut down some of my most popular live streams into shorter bite-sized segments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love helping you out and I want to hear all about what you think about this video. So put in the comments below your thoughts, and also what other live streams would you like to see me cut down like this. And if you do like videos just like this, I highly encourage you to subscribe. I will be creating more content in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, magical time coloring. Bye! Oh, Abby! Oh man, here we go, it's a kidder mission! Oh, Abby! Hi, cutie!